Falcons fans, welcome in. This is episode 23, I think. Yeah, 23 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. I am joined by my host, Mike Cottrell, as always, and welcoming back Chris Howard, our very good Saints friend, best Saints person I know. Right, Mike?
Best Saints person I know, but we still beat that ass last time we played. I gotta say that, But we love Chris, so it's great. It's always exciting to have Chris back on the show. It's the dopest thing.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So, Chris, before we get going into it, how was Christmas, New Year's, all that good stuff?
Everything was good, man. We got a chance. I added a new family member, which is a dog, of course, not a kid, Mike.
Oh, hey, he got me. All right. So you got a dog.
Got a dog. His name is Porcupine, man. So that was his name when we got him. So we just kept that. So
hey, Chris, I just got a dog a few months ago for the first time ever. Greatest experience ever, but he will tear the house up.
Oh yeah. He's pretty he doesn't tear the house up. Yeah, he's pretty active. He's like a kid. So he just turned 1 on the 14th. So man, he's pretty active. So he likes to play a lot. He's a boxer and Rottweiler mix.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah. You got
very smart and very active.
So I won't be visiting your house anytime.
No, he's cool, man. He's scared. He's very scared.
I got you.
He's cool.
That's what you want, though. You want him to look scary, but not actually scary. Because like my dog,
his ears up, but then shoot, if you come towards him 3 or 4 steps back, he's gone.
Yeah, yeah. My dog barks his ass off at anybody at the front door, but as soon as you walk in, he's just as happy as hell and wagging his tail. Which is fine. I want him to, I want him to be that angry dude at the front door.
Yeah,
and
my dog pisses if you say hi. He gonna piss his pants. It's just no gangster in him. If you say hi and you pet him, he'll piss his pants if he don't know you.
Is he getting that under control now? Is he getting a little better at it?
Nah, he out of control, man. Like he's like he out of control. No, it's a small dog with so much energy. He just out of control. He's just cool. Yeah.
He'll figure it out. Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. So we're going to get into a few different things today with Chris since we got him on the show. Chris being a big college football guy as well as myself, we're going to get into a little bit of the college football playoffs, get into some of the Falcons news and notes this week, get Chris's thoughts on a few things that's happened since we talked last. Look at, of course, the Saints preview, some matchups, who might play, who's going to play quarterback, and basically just get into that, the last game of the season for both of us and what it's going to mean for both of us. So to start off, man, looking at the college football playoffs games, I'm assuming you watched both games, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So we were texting during the Alabama game, and I'm always like, I'm not negative. I'm just always like I'm afraid to be.
He really is.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get too excited because if I get too excited, I get let down, and I don't like that feeling. So, I thought Alabama would win the game going in. I just thought, Cincinnati would give us a good fight because they got some really, really solid players on their team. Ritter, Gardner, Ford, used to be was an Alabama transfer. I didn't think they could hang with Alabama because of their depth and I didn't know Robinson was going to go off like he did, and just look like an animal for 4 quarters. But so that was I kind of figured we would win, but I just didn't. Like I said, I wasn't super confident. But I mean, you were like, as always, you were like, no, man, it's going to be.
Man, I just didn't think Cincinnati. I didn't think they had a chance up front against Alabama. That's why by the time Robinson was getting hit, he was already at the second level. So I just didn't think Cincinnati could anchor down and stop Alabama.
Yeah, and Troy and I thought about that on the pre-show before the Falcons game that week, and we said, Cincinnati had a pretty good pass rush all year, but they'd never seen a line like Alabama
against Alabama.
Yeah. It was not even close. Yeah, you got a line full of first, second, third rounders. It's not going to.
So we need to go to Alabama.
Dude, I would be fine if we drafted nothing but Georgia, Alabama, LSU. Seriously, if we don't do it, but those lines, the way those teams build their lines, fantastic. They put out quality players every year. So but now the Georgia-Michigan game, I could not have been more wrong on. I think I predicted Michigan would win by a field goal, and they weren't even in the damn game.
I was definitely wrong. I thought Michigan would win also because I didn't.
So Georgia won.
I didn't. Yeah, Georgia won.
Beat their ass.
Blowout.
Okay.
It was a blowout. So I didn't know if Stetson was gonna show up, and then he finally showed up.
Yeah,
he finally showed up. So
yeah. I mean, and I was, I just thought that, and maybe I was because I hadn't seen. I think I saw maybe 2 or 3 Michigan games this season, and obviously being Ohio State being the last one I saw. And the way they beat Ohio State, I was thinking, okay, because I actually thought Ohio State might be the team that would give Georgia or Alabama an issue with their receivers. And I mean, the way they so deep there, and with Olave, with CJ Stroud. But I was surprised, man. They Hutchinson, you didn't even know he was on the field. I mean, he was shut down. And that's I don't know if it's gonna hurt his draft stock at all, but
it won't. He'll still be drafted pretty high. But he just got mauled against you today. Like it was. He's up for the he's a Heisman front runner. So
it should have been Will Anderson, but anyway,
it should have been. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was shocked, man. I thought that, and shame on me for thinking the Big Ten had, I got to the level of the SEC. That was my bad. But yeah, I just thought that they were going to put on a little bit better of a fight than that, and actually probably maybe even come out on top. But kudos to Georgia, man. They did what they had to do. They got blasted pretty good by Alabama, and then they fixed. Going into the national championship game, I don't even know what to think because you saw the game at Alabama, and then you saw the game with Michigan. I know they're different teams, obviously, but it's tough to beat a good team twice in the same season, especially within 30 days of each other. So, what do you think Kirby can do, or flip side, what do you think Nick's going to do to change things up, or maybe even see how this game will end up different?
I don't think Alabama will change anything except for this time you'll have a healthy Brian Robinson instead of a banged up one. So Jordan Davis with UGA, he was worn. That whole line was worn out last time. They were just sluggish toward the second and third quarter. So I don't think Alabama will change up too much, but Georgia is going to have to. You can't let Young stand back there and just dance around and find somewhere to throw it. You have to put pressure on him. So you got to send the house at him, which is he's good against the pressure also, but you could rather let him do that than just let him sit back there and just pick you apart and run around. So that's the only way I think Georgia could pull that out. And maybe if Stetson plays like he did,
right,
which I know he won't because that's Michigan.
Right.
It's something about that A, man. When you see that A come through that tunnel, man, on side of that burgundy helmet, man, it's something about it. It's just, it changed all of your game plan. It's getting punched in the mouth before you get punched in the mouth when they come through that tunnel.
Yeah. And they're Alabama's underdogs again. They're going in like 3-point underdogs, which is great for Alabama because Nick loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Nick
where they playing at, y'all?
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, they'll be probably half and half. Both fan bases travel.
Both teams, they travel pretty well. Okay. Both schools, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be split pretty well. But I think that was the biggest shock for me in the SEC championship game was how the Georgia's front seven was just. They couldn't do anything against that. They looked nothing because I watched almost all their games this year, and that's one of the most dominant front sevens I've seen in a long time.
And it made it look like they were playing Troy.
Seriously. I was like, where is this? And it sucks because for them, if there's a weak part of their defense, it's their back end, it's their secondary, which they're still good, but they're just not as good as their front seven. So they don't have anybody that can guard Jameson Williams. Not
at all,
not even close. So and like you said, Robinson's going to be healthy. So like I said, I'm probably gonna go in my typical nervous, kind of on the fence self and to see how it goes. I think Georgia's hungry to win. I don't think they want to get what happened, but I just, I don't know. We'll see.
When is the game?
Monday.
When's the game?
Monday.
So
Monday
hold
night.
on, man. No predictions, Johnny. Come on, man. You got to throw something, man.
It's so hard, man, to predict.
It's Wednesday. It's days away. You got to throw something in. You too, Chris. I just need a prediction. It's a few days away. A score and the team that's going to win.
All right. Well, I got to say Alabama just because I can't predict Georgia to win, but I'll say.
Right. Now, are you thinking it's close, or you
Yeah, I
thinking
think it'll be closer than the SEC championship game. I just think I don't know how. I just think some way it will be. But I agree with you, Chris. I don't know. I mean, Stetson facing, and we know it's going to be Stetson like pretty much the whole game. I don't think JT's going to be coming in.
No, JT won't get in.
No. I think it's
unless Stetson gets hurt. But
right,
no.
Right. They're going to live and die with Stetson. So I think Alabama's just going to force Georgia to make. They're going to force Stetson to beat them basically with his arm. And if he does, kudos to him. He has a hell of a day. George Pickens, I guess, will be healthier as well, right? I mean, I didn't.
Yes, he'll definitely be a factor, but I just don't think he'll be healthy. But I don't know if Stetson have the time. They don't have anybody to block Will Anderson, man.
That's true.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Mike, if you watch 31 on Alabama, Will Anderson.
Now when is it's gonna come on a Monday?
Monday night.
Mm-hmm. And it's the national championship.
Yep.
Georgia, Alabama. I will be watching. I just want to see Jordan Davis. I have yet to see him play.
It's going to be full of NFL players, man. Both teams.
Yeah,
by far.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of those guys. Most of those guys are going to play on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I got a question for the both of you, man, separately though. Now y'all watch college football all the time. If you had to think of a percentage where the player translates to like the NFL, it would be what? Like how many percentage, if you had to guess a percentage of the players you saw in college who you thought was killing, who killed in the pros too? Is that a low number? Is that half, or is that more than half of the players?
Well, what's the average? The average career, right? Like still 3 to 5 years for NFL.
Yeah, still 3 to 5
years. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'd say it's probably 50 around. Wouldn't you say? I mean,
about
maybe a little higher, maybe a little higher. I mean, if the ones you just think are, what do you mean? Like things like guys that are just like can't miss?
No, like if you see him in school, it was like Tebow, right? I heard when he was in college, everybody was raving, and I didn't see him play. Then he got in the league, and I thought he was average at best. Is that normal, or are they normal? Are they how they are in school in the pros?
I think, and Chris, you can probably piggyback on this. I think there's guys that are made for the college game, but does not translate to NFL. Like Tebow was made for the college game and that offense that he ran in the SEC.
Okay.
I mean, but he didn't have the arm, the accuracy or whatever to really compete in NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, and he's maybe one of the best college players ever, to be honest.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, he's one of the best college players to ever play. It's like when the Saints had Danny Werfel.
Yeah.
Danny Werfel is one of the greatest college players ever, but when he got to the NFL, he just couldn't cut it. He didn't have the arm strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just I think it's on a almost not a
crapshoot.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially with quarterbacks. Yeah, it's hit or miss with quarterbacks. Every quarterback is. You got to look at how many colleges play week to week, and all those quarterbacks don't get picked up. So
that's a good point.
It's hit or miss with the quarterbacks. It's just like you got to like Justin Fields is struggling right now. I think it's because he's in Chicago. Yeah. He's surrounded by, and then you have somebody like Joe Burrow. He's lighting the league on fire.
Yeah.
So, and he showed that in college too. So it depends, man. It depends on. It's a bunch of little factors. It depends on the drive and the way you coach that. Like with the quarterbacks, like I was saying, if you were coached in a pro style system, you may be okay. But if you're a spread type quarterback, that may not translate over well to the league, even though that's where the game is going.
Yeah.
In college, you getting the plays from the sideline, like every play, but in the league, you got to huddle up. That's a big change in itself. Just huddling up. So you got to get used to going on the center. You can't be in the shotgun every play. You got to get on the center. Stuff like that makes a difference where you go to school at. So it really depends on what situation you get as far who drafts you.
Yeah.
All right. That was a good answer.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect answer. Yeah, and I mean that's why you see guys like Belichick loves taking Alabama guys because his connection with Saban and Saban, like he knows like what those guys have learned and what they've done at Alabama.
That's another good point.
You come from Alabama, you're well coached. That's going to be a fact. So if you come from Alabama, like Mac Jones, you can see it in Mac Jones. Like, okay, Mac Jones is going to be good.
Yeah,
you see it in college. Like he's better than Tua. It just shows. Like
Yeah, and
he's a pro style quarterback.
He was a pro style quarterback. He was sitting back in the pocket. I seen him playing college. He reminded me of Matt Ryan. That's why I like him.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of quarterbacks that come out that, like you said, like whether it's Fields, that, you know, whether it's the line but they got to have kind of in this that kind of it factor that like Joe Burrow has. Like quarterbacks got to, quarterbacks especially, man, you got to have some cockiness to you if you're a quarterback. Like you just have to, because if you don't, like it's like a pitcher, like in baseball. Like if you don't go out on the mound thinking you're the best pitcher and you're about to blow everybody away, you're screwed. Like right from the start.
On the night Joe Burrow got drafted, the first thing he asked the general manager and the coaches was to send him the playbook. That was the first thing he asked.
He's trying to get busy.
He was like, man, I just want the play. Just send me the playbook. Send the playbook over to me. And he got stuff like that, man. That means something. He was hungry anyway because of the stages he went through in college. So he went from Ohio State. Ohio State didn't want him, and so LSU took a chance on. He had got hurt a few times, so LSU took a chance on him, and he hadn't let that hunger go yet. So he's gonna be Tom Brady-ish, man. I think.
I think so too, man. It's gonna be fun to watch him because. I mean, but that's what I mean. Like, you know, so if you're looking at a quarterback as a team, drafting a quarterback, if they have all the physical attributes that you want, to me, I'm going after the most. I mean, guy's going to work the hardest. Just has that kind of it factor, has that little bit of edge to him, like Burrow has. Like that's what I want, man. That's how
I'm looking at the school while you're drafting to see what style he was raised in school with, to see where he played.
Well, that definitely carries himself. Like he just carries himself as a professional, even when he was in college. Like he just carried himself well. So it was all about business. You didn't see him relax until he was smoking that cigar.
Yeah, I did see that.
that was the only time you seen him relax.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, so I guess Mike, I mean, the easiest way to answer, I mean, it kind of boils down to positionally, and I mean, because we've drafted guys, dude. We had, like, I think I asked you a few episodes ago. You don't even remember the dudes. I mean, Peter Collins, we drafted.
No, I don't know
in the draft as a the dude was terrible. You know, he was offensive lineman at Wisconsin, and the Big Ten's a pretty good conference. They do put out good offensive linemen, you know, historically. And I mean, I wasn't mad at the pick, but then you get him in here, or look this year, Jalen Mayfield, offensive lineman in Michigan, was pretty good. Was pretty good at Michigan.
Yeah.
And then, like, all of a sudden now he can't do a damn thing.
Terrific.
So, like, I'm gonna give you this number. It's a 1% chance you make it to the NFL. That includes the college players that are playing right now.
Damn. Okay. So that's damn near impossible.
Damn near.
Oh, you gotta be good. Like good.
Gotta be, You can't, you gotta be real good. It's guys that are good that still don't make it.
Yeah, yep.
So it's a 1% chance that you make it. And that includes all of your 4-star, 5-star guys that are playing right now.
All right. So hold on. I gotta tweak this real quick. John and Chris, what is a player, John for Atlanta and Chris for New Orleans? What is the player that you were high on when you drafted because y'all watched college and you thought, I know him, he the shit. I seen him play. And then he came to our teams and sucked. Is there a player that stand out in your mind?
Mine's easy.
Who was yours?
Big Beasley.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I knew it. I should have known. What is with? Hey, John, y'all, podcast again. Everybody who's listening out of your Falcon mind, this is the last game of the season. John had to drag him one more time. I apologize, Vic. John had to get. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but John hates you, buddy.
No, but he was really
good in college.
He was great at Clemson, man.
He was very good at Clemson.
Nick Beasley was killing in college.
He was like unblockable, bro, at Clemson.
Yeah. He was so fast off the edge. That was like his biggest thing. Like, and that's what, I mean, obviously that's what got TD and DQ was like his speed, and he was fast.
He is fast. He just don't have the.
Yeah, man. When the problem with NFL tackles, he could not. I mean, if he had no bull rush, and if his spin move didn't work, that was it.
And that speed, that he didn't have the speed to power to get.
He had speed to stop.
He had speed, yeah.
He had speed to the stoplight.
Oh yeah, because once the tackles get their hands on him, that was a wrap. If he got his hands on him, and
John said the same thing.
Every now and then his spin move will work back inside, but he was so small, man. And when he picked up weight, it was too late. Yeah. He lost his speed. So now he's trying to. It's like a center playing basketball trying to play point guard when he gets to the
So Chris, how about you? Who's the player that you saw in college who did not transfer to the Saints? Well,
Danny Werfel.
Who?
Danny Werfel.
Oh, you did? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He was a Heisman Trophy winner, and he came in the league and couldn't throw it out.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Florida had a run of quarterbacks there that were really good. They just were terrible in the league.
Florida?
We've had a bunch of draft picks that didn't pan out well. We just recently started drafting well when Sean Payton came. So we had a bunch of flops that, man, we picked up a guy. He turned out to be pretty good. Michael Lewis was delivering for Budweiser before the season started.
That's right.
We picked him up and turned him into a kick returner and a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So, we had guys like that.
I'll say Carson Palmer. I didn't say Jesse Palmer, but yeah, I mean he didn't. He had a good college career. Florida, nothing in
Damn.
But I mean, but yeah, I mean it's hit or miss, man. That's why the talent evaluation committee or whoever the hell whatever you want to call them at each team is so important, man. Because if they miss, I mean, if they miss on a first rounder, like say taking Tack McKinley instead of TJ Watt.
Tack McKinney I thought he was going to be a man. How they gassed him up like he was so good.
I mean, I would have took TJ Watt just off his bloodline.
Dude, me too.
I know his brothers. I know they work out together some point in time.
Right. Yep.
So
Dude, they pointed this somebody posted, it was Pro Football Focus. TJ Watt leads the NFL with 51 sacks since 2019. No other player has more than 38 and a half.
Now this is TJ?
Yes.
Yeah. But he's about to break Strahan's record this week.
He's at 21 right now.
Yeah. He's about to break that record this week.
We took Tack McKinley over this dude.
Tack McKinley.
Who's playing for the Browns, I think. Maybe still. I don't even know if he don't know if he got hurt on the roster or what. But I mean, I just that's I mean, the talent evaluators, hopefully with Fontenot and Arthur Smith a little bit better than DQ and TD was. Mm-hmm. Man, that's not good. But so man, anyway, you said score prediction for the championship game. I'll go 31-24 Alabama.
Wow, Jay, that was my score.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
31-24 Alabama too, Chris?
Alabama, yeah.
Now y'all heard it here on the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast first. John and Chris said 31-24. So they 7-point.
It will not surprise me at all if Georgia wins a game. Because they are a good team. It just depends on like Chris said, it's on the quarterbacks. If Stetson plays like he played against Michigan, it'll be real interesting.
Yeah, it'll be close.
Y'all say close though. Both of y'all said close.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be close. Yeah, it's not gonna be like it was the first game.
Yeah,
I'd be really surprised if Alabama wins by more than a touchdown.
Me too. Yeah, I think it's a one-score game. Yeah, one or maybe even a field goal type of game. I mean, it should be a good one. And before we, so those two games, the two playoff games, Alabama Cincinnati was not really close. Obviously, Michigan blew out Georgia, so that leads you to think how about if there's ever been an argument for expansion in the playoffs, I think it'd probably be this year because your two main playoff games. I mean, Cincinnati ran a table. They did what they had to do in their division, and they got to the top four. But, man, you can't tell me that Ohio State or Baylor or, I mean, some of these teams wouldn't have gave Alabama a better game than Cincinnati did.
Honestly, Yates, I just think it comes to a stop when they face the SEC teams. You can expand it, but once you play one of those SEC teams,
oh, you're right. I mean, it's
SEC. It's like Ohio State will sneak in a win against the SEC team every now and then. Clemson will also, but everybody else is kind of hit or miss with them because you can expand. Like I said, you can expand it, but once they face Georgia, Alabama, it's over.
Yeah, I just think eight teams sounds good to me, or maybe just you get a little bit more of parity. I mean, you give teams that, like I said, that if you're number 5 or number 6, I mean, you're right there, like, so you got that opportunity. Because I mean, this year you look at, I think Baylor was 6. I mean, in Utah, man, that Utah Ohio State game was an amazing game to watch. Mm-hmm. I think, but Utah was 11, so they'd probably even been out of it. But yeah, I mean, I just think it would be a very interesting, that, and obviously they have to work it out with the bowls, to make sure the money's still coming through the bowls and everything like that. But I don't know. I just think it's probably going that way. I mean, if it's going to make college football more money, then they'll find a way to do it.
They'll find a way,
yeah.
Even if they have to add an extra game, they'll find a way to do it.
Yep, exactly.
But I don't like if Baylor will get just mauled by Alabama and Georgia, even though they were good, but they just, the level of talent is just too big, man.
No, you're right. I just, like I said, I was thinking that watching those games, I was just like, man, like, this seems like this could be a little bit possibly better if we have more teams, and give a few of the teams that were right there in good conferences, because I think Ole Miss was what, 7.
Yeah,
I mean, and so you never know.
It'll make it fun, man, to see a tournament style. That'll be fun to see for football. Tournament style, that'll be good, because with those other schools, you never know who's gonna win. So until you see that A. You know who's gonna win that game.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, y'all. Man, Nick Saban actually called me and told me he wanted me to start at quarterback. I'm not supposed to spill it or nothing like that, but next season.
I didn't know you had eligibility left.
That's what I want to say, man.
I'm so far over eligibility.
I mean, if you never, he does.
I get hit one time, Chris. They'd be like, Cart. They ambulance.
You didn't play ball in college, man. You still are eligible, man.
Right. Man, they ain't breaking my neck. Jordan Davis hit me, or listen.
Jordan Davis learn how to slide quick.
Yeah. Man, I need Jordan Davis on the Falcons.
Man, he's one of those guys, man.
But John said he get tired. He's so big, he get tired real fast. We can't have that out.
That's what I was about to say. I hope I'm wrong, but he may be one of those guys, as we were talking about earlier, that doesn't transfer over to the NFL. He showed it against Alabama the first. Mike, he was standing with his hands on his hips in the second quarter. So
that's what John said. Yeah, he was gassed out. Yeah,
he was gassed out in the second quarter. So if he doesn't get he's so big, man.
Yeah,
he has to really get himself
taxing.
Right. He needs to lose weight to be good.
Nah, right.
You're right. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, but I will see the game, because I do want to see him play on Monday. I will be watching.
Now don't get me wrong, he a beast now. When he going, he's going. He
just get tired real quick.
Yeah. Again, Alabama wore him out. I don't know if he was just excited, but Alabama, him chasing Alabama around, he was tired in the second quarter.
Yeah.
He was done.
Yeah. And when I think Troy and I talked about it too. I thought the best thing that happened to Alabama was them getting their offensive line getting embarrassed by Auburn, because that was just I mean, anytime you perform that badly, you give Saban every bit of ammunition he needs in the film room and on the practice field to fix that, because that's not. I mean, Alabama's known for their offensive lines every year are stout as they come, and that was just embarrassment against Auburn. So, I think, and two, I mean, Nick's not dumb. So, I mean, he's gonna if when he sees Jordan Davis on the field, he's trying to run the offense and keep it on the field. He don't want him going on the field.
That's a good,
So, I mean, it's going to be, it's going to boil down to a little bit of a chess match with those guys too. All right, so anyway, we'll get off the college football now on to Chris, before we get into the preview of the game, man. So we talked about Madden. He passed John Madden passing away, the effect he had on us and everything. And so real quick with you, obviously you play Madden and had grown up playing it. I mean, any thoughts on Madden?
Man, it's sad to see him go, man, because as a kid, it was always, you hear John Madden, you hear Pat Summerall. So those were the commentators for me. Yep. Just like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman today. So hearing those voices on Sunday and on the Thursday games with the turducken, that he made that famous.
Yeah.
Turkey with the 8 legs and all that stuff with a duck. So it's sad. He's an icon, man, and not even to mention his game, the Madden game. So I still play Madden. Mike, I don't know if you still hop on I still play Madden today, man. So to see him an icon gone, it's just sad.
Remember, Chris, here's what I was trying to explain to them. If you had it when it was first out, when it was long, it was him calling the game on Madden.
On the Madden,
it was him and Pat Summerall.
You
know, and they was in the booth. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, man. So he, like you said, if you're our age, when you grow up as a child, he's who you remember. Like Emmett Smith and like Barry Sanders. It was him. Like Jim Kelly. He was calling all of those games. So I never forget him.
And we definitely win that matchup. We got Madden and Summerall, and these young cats now got Buck,
Joe Buck, and
I'm gonna tell you, the only one that's now I think is the truth at it is Tony Romo, because he let you in on some shit that Tony, you should know.
The play is coming, so
man, he know before it's gonna happen. He can say, like, you see him right there, he's gonna blitz. That's number 53. He's coming from him. Like, God damn, okay, but John Madden and Joe and Pat Summerall, it was nothing like
it. And real quick, AB's madness, man. What you got on that?
Oh wow,
gotta hear you on this one, Chris.
Man, no matter what the situation was that was going on, you can't leave. You can't quit on your team like that. You can't leave the sideline like that, man. That's football 101 right there. You can't, no matter what personal you have going on or whatever you think may happen, you can't leave the sideline like that. And just now I don't think another team will take a chance on him because all of the other answers he's have. So doing that's just spitting in the NFL's face, literally.
After they gave you all them checks. Now, Chris, I do have a question for you. It's a controversial one. Do you believe that Antonio Brown is a scumbag, or you think he has like a mental illness? Like he's really diagnosable, he needs some help and some pills? Or do you think he's just a wild person?
I think he needs help because he hasn't always been this way. Like if you can, like
you think it's a CTE?
Oh, he definitely has that. Because he has a bunch of concussions, man. He's taking some hard hits to the head, man, where he was just left on the field just motionless at times. So
Vontaze Burfict got him.
Oh yeah,
Cincinnati got him.
Just off that hit alone.
Just off that one, he rung him.
And he hasn't early in his career. He didn't act like this.
He didn't.
Unless if he did, we don't have any knowledge of it. Mm-hmm. So when he turned from Antonio Brown to AB,
that's when
it goes out the ego right there. So I don't think he's a scumbag, man. I just think he needs help. Like serious help, not like talking to his friend. He needs like
pills,
serious counseling. Yeah,
I got you.
I mean, it's like you said. I mean, if he was that way in Pittsburgh, then Tomlin did a hell of a job
hiding him.
Yeah,
the first thing he did was the Facebook Live in the
locker room.
Yeah. You can't do that, man. You can't do that type of stuff, man. You can't go live while your coach is talking, because coach saying he's talking about he may be talking about some crazy stuff.
He might say something about somebody's wife, or the coach's opposite coach. So you can't.
Yeah, you can't. The stuff in the locker room is sacred, man. So you can't. That was his first mistake there.
Yeah. It started there and it went on. Here's why I kind of stay on the side of Slim is just a idiot to me, because I feel like he only do this when he get all the leverage. When he feel like he got leverage, he really act out. He's like humble and he's focused and he's sensible when he need to be. But it's like as soon as you feel like he need him and he can do it, he just give you his ass to kiss every time. He did it to the Raiders. He did it to the Patriots. He did it to Buffalo Bills. I don't know if y'all remember. He was supposed to go there. He said no. He did it to the Steelers. Now he do it to Tampa. Now he did it to some people he called to his house to do stuff. He didn't pay him. He did it to his kids. He did it to his baby mother. Like, bro, I just hope he don't hurt himself, man, because I feel like he the type who will jump in the street.
I don't think he will, man. I think he thinks too much of himself to hurt himself.
He got a standing ovation at the game last night. He went in the game and got standing ovation. The whole stadium stood up.
He came and tried out for the Saints, man, and they called him for a trial. When he came, he brought a camera crew with him for the trial.
That ain't gonna work with Sean Payton.
Like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
I was excited, like, oh man, AB coming to town. He gets off the plane with a camera crew following him and stuff. They let him go through with the trial, but they just like, nah, we good. And we needed a receiver bad.
Yeah, so, man, look, that's how you know your problem. There are teams that really need a receiver that be like, man, I'm just good, man, never mind.
Yeah,
because he's so good, and you could get him for next to nothing. And people,
and he's even with all the crazy stuff that he does, he's still a Hall of Famer, not
Hall of Fame. Yeah, Hall of Fame talent.
He may get in like T.O. maybe on the third or fourth try, but he's still a Hall of Fame with all the crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He got T.O. man looking good. And like retrospect, he wasn't that bad.
T.O. like an angel.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad after all.
I mean, I offense. I mean, he could.
John is at a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I mean, I just because it's you don't want. I mean, only he knows. I mean, he's the only one that really knows. I mean, so he could have gotten. Because he obviously coming from Central Michigan, and there where he went.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he wasn't like a star in college, and all of a sudden he's a star in the NFL. So either got to his head and he just became AB, or like you said, Chris. I mean, all these hits.
He got to his head, like literally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But if some was having him, they use his brain for science. He definitely has CTE.
Yeah. No, it was hilarious how quickly you said that. I said, well, you think he got CTE? Because definitely. He definitely got CTE.
There's no question.
It ain't even no question.
Just because off the hits, I remember him taking.
He got rung a few times. I did see that.
And his was serious. Yep. So he definitely has, if it's just a little bit, he definitely has some.
Man, he need to call Calvin Ridley and whoever else and start a podcast.
Really done, man. I don't think really.
Look, it's why I say him and him need to be on the podcast together or do something together where they could be safe and still get money, where they don't have to put themselves in danger.
Yeah.
Because I want the best, even though I think Slim is an asshole. I wouldn't want to see him hurt himself or anybody else. And that's still a dude that got kids, man, got a family. I don't want to see him like embarrassed. He need to call Deion. That seemed to be the only person he'll listen to.
Yep.
So Deion Sanders is the only one who can reel him in. So I hope he called him.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. So on to the game this weekend. So Chris, if you guys win, chance to make the playoffs. If San Francisco loses, is that how that works?
Yes. San Francisco has to lose to the Rams.
Yeah, so the game got flexed to 420 cents. So now both teams playing at the same time.
Both teams playing at the same time. So it's not like we have an advantage to be like, okay, we could you got to tank all what we got to do.
But if we win, the Saints are out of the playoffs.
We out. Yeah. If we lose, we out.
And we sweep.
And y'all sweep.
Yeah.
Man, get them brooms out.
Oh no. We got to have
get them brooms out.
We have to have it, man.
If we can put the Saints out of the, even though we had a losing season, this season has been horrific. If we
that'll be our Super Bowl.
No, it really would. It really would.
That's why I can't have the Falcons win and turn around and have Georgia win the next night. I won't be able to go to work.
You had to turn your phone off.
I had to turn it off.
You said I wouldn't be able to go to work.
I wouldn't even be able to go to work with that. So,
well, Chris,
man, we gotta have it.
Now, Chris, do you feel like now? I'm sure you've been seeing how the Saints playing. You've seen how we playing. In your honest opinion, do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think? Like, do you think that the Saints have the nod in this game, or are you leaning toward the Falcons? Or are you saying it's going to be a hard ass good game?
I just think it's going to be a hard good game, like it was the last time. Like, of course, there's no secret our offense is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all offense. It plays been pretty consistent. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all Cordell Patterson, Kyle, and Pitts.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
but our defense been balling lately because we've gotten healthy on our D line. That's why Cam Jordan is with his sacks, because we have the other defensive end. Davenport on the other side, and Yamada, he's playing now too. So you can't double team Jordan. He's going to get it this week because of McGary. So
McGary is having nightmares each night, and it's Cam Jordan's face every night.
So
I would not be surprised if he take his pads off in Jersey and he just waved to the crowd as he just run out the stadium.
I would not be surprised. Be close, man. I think it's gonna be a good game.
He ain't want no part of Cameron Jordan.
We have to score. We've scored 1 touchdown in 8 quarters. So it's been all field goals.
It's gonna be Taysom Hill, right?
Yes, it's Taysom Hill. So Simeon, I think the Simeon train is over with. So it's Taysom.
Yeah, so we had Simeon in the first game, and Taysom. The one that worries me about him is, I mean, you saw Josh Allen last week. I mean, if we're not really good with running quarterbacks. So
Chris, do you think Sean Payton views him as the permanent one going forward, or just are the permanent backup, but you're starting that, but you are our back? I want to have you so them trick plays. I always want you on the team, but as our backup, I would never have you as the starter.
He's not gonna take. He sees Taysom as the Swiss Army knife. Because
that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
If he thought he was the guy, he would have beat Jameis out for the starting position. So
I got you.
He's gonna always. That's why he paid him the money he paid him. It was a respect thing. It's not because he's that great of a player. He's good. Right. He's a good Swiss Army knife, but he paid him that money just as a respect. He gave him a chance to be a starter. It didn't work out too well, and so we're going to be looking for a quarterback next season. I don't know if Jameis will be back, even though he's a free agent. I don't think he'll be healthy enough to start the season with that torn ACL.
Okay, now I got to be honest. That Sean Payton did call me yesterday and just was asking. No, I'm playing. Man, they killed me in the NFL. But no, I wanted to know if he was even.
He's not. He wants to keep Taysom in that role, man, because that's what he's good at. He's dangerous.
He is.
You have him motioning across, and you have Cabrera in the backfield. You don't know what's about to happen. So that changes the whole dynamic of the offense, having somebody like him on the field.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, real quick, guys, I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds. Mike, keep it going. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay. Chris, who do you now? I know you've been seeing Matt Ryan get punished. I've been seeing tweets that saying just allow him to go because y'all can't protect a QB who's not mobile. Do you think we should just out of like sheer mercy at this point allow him to just go ahead and see if he can go somewhere where he's the most hit quarterback in the NFL. He old, man. I'm scared he's gonna take one of these and he ain't gonna get up.
I don't think so, man. Matt should. Even though the league is not this way anymore, he should retire Falcon like Drew.
That's what I figured.
Saint, because think about it. If you get rid of Matt Ryan, who you gonna get?
That's what
If you don't get one of these, you don't get an Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, somebody like that to replace him. You're gonna start right back at the bottom. You don't want to be there. So,
man, my point with their people, man, that I was be telling John, I don't think they understand the sport that often. I think they know it on a surface level. But on the truth is this with a QB. You complain about him and they say this man ain't doing this, but they don't know, like, you see Drew Brees just left. You don't know if it'll be 10 years before you get the Drew Brees replacement. It could be 20, man. You seen how the Browns went a long time for Baker came. And you see like the Redskins, it's been, I don't even know who their last real quarterback was. You see your Buffalo, it was a long time for Slim came. It was like Jim Kelly was the last good quarterback.
Yeah.
So you could go 10 to 20 years before you get
back.
You
have that next franchise.
So you don't be so quick to just say, hey, move on. I'm like, it could be real bad after Matt Ryan.
Yeah, man. It's hard to find a Hall of Fame quarterback because Matt Ryan is definitely Hall of Fame. It's hard to find a caliber quarterback like that just sitting around. You just can't call like you just can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, look at
Andrew Luck ain't answering the phone no more.
Look at the Saints, man. Drew Brees was there 15 years. When he left, this is first year gone. Even though the team is not just sorry, but we went from being top 5 offense to 31st in offense this season.
So one player left.
One player.
That's just
because he makes the right decision. He knows you're gonna get from Drew. He couldn't throw the ball down the field anymore. Yeah. But from 10 to 15, he making all the right decisions.
Oh, yep.
So I mean, that carried us a long way. And Matt Ryan does the same thing. Matt Ryan, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but when he does, it's kind of crucial. He made crucial mistakes, but he don't make too many of them. It's hard to, and it's not his fault that he's the most hit. That's just bad managing with the getting your offensive lineman. He should have a great offensive line, but he doesn't.
Man, I thought if you gave him some time, he'd be different quarterback. He would be in the top 5. Like
if Matt Ryan is protected, he'll kill you.
Yeah, he'll rip your ass to shreds. But I don't pay attention to people that drag Matt Ryan, bro, because I feel like that man been on shitty teams with a shitty line. He always performed. But Chris, I just heard you say that he was a Hall of Famer. So what me and John deal with a lot that we go into, it is a huge argument now between people that says, is Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer? Because if Matt Ryan hung it up today, he does not have a ring. He has 1 MVP, a lot of stats. He has a lot of records. See, we got a lot of records of NFL records. Do you believe when it's time come up for the Pro Bowl, they will give him the nod, even with if he hang it up with no Super Bowl ring and only 1 MVP?
He'll get it, man, because he's good. He'll get it. Dan Marino has it. Dan Marino's in the Hall of Fame. That's
what I said. And I think Warren Moon got it, but I'm not sure. He could be in there.
Yeah, Warren Moon is definitely in the Hall of Fame.
He is in there, right? Okay.
He's gonna have a championship. So it's not the Hall of Fame is not built on championships. It's built on just your production all along. Because he is an MVP. Drew Brees doesn't have an MVP. He has a Super Bowl MVP, but he doesn't have a regular season MVP at all. He's never.
I would have thought he had one. Yeah.
The year he should have had one was Pat Mahomes' first year. Drew Brees was balling that year, but Pat Mahomes came and so that was the year Drew should have won the MVP, but Pat Mahomes just played a little better.
Yeah.
So because Kansas City was, they were on the downside, he brought them up.
Yeah. So, John.
Yeah.
If he hang it up after this season, which he won't, but after this season or the next, if he hang it up as a Falcon, he walk off with all the stats, all the records without a ring, the odds of him getting into the Hall of Fame for you is what? Is he Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think he's almost a shoe-in to get in. Like Chris said,
shoe-in. I love y'all, man.
You look at what he's done. I mean, the production he's had over the course of his entire career we've talked about it at nauseum, but an offensive line that's, the best offensive line he had was maybe his rookie season.
Yeah.
And then the Super Bowl year was with Shanahan's offense, it was a different style. So, it was a lot of pulling from the offensive line. It was just different. But yeah, and the defense, I think we went through his defensive ranks over the years. He's never had a top 10 defense. He's had a top 10 defense maybe once. So, it's just, I think
running back.
You take that into consideration, man. And I think
he's at least second ballot.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Dog, if Matt Ryan go to the Hall of Fame, I will fly my ass to Canton and be in the front row for that. Crying like a
he's definitely going, man. He's Matt Ryan is I know it's bad to say that as a Saints fan, but Matt Ryan he's a good quarterback.
Quote him on Twitter, John. Quote that on Twitter, Chris Howard, and tag him, please.
Man, that's what sucks is like my Chris saying that about Matt. That's what sucks about with like if you're a fan of college teams like Chris and I are, like if you see your guys go to teams that you hate, and it happens every year to me.
Oh, that's a good point. I ain't even noticed. Okay.
Like so with the Eagles, man, I got Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith up there.
Yeah.
And I can't not root for them, but they're on the freaking Eagles, man. Yeah. Mark Ingram was drafted by the Saints.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here rooting for Mark Ingram.
LSU and Russell Gage went to LSU. It's like
Russell Gage.
I want to see him do well, but not against us.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys, when I have to step away there for a second, but
we're just talking about Matty Ice.
Matty Ice, okay.
Matt, my go-to Matt Ryan. We just the Matt Ryan podcast.
So, Chris, what do you think for the Saints to be victorious this week? What they have to do offensively and defensively?
Offensively, man, we just have to find a way to score, man. Touchdowns, not just field goals. We're gonna have to find a way to score touchdowns. Like I said, we scored 1 touchdown in the last 8 quarters. So it's all since the Dolphin game. We had 3 that game, and we kicked a bunch of field goals against Carolina and scored a touchdown with Kamara at the end.
Is he healthier? Is Kamara back? I mean, is he back to full?
Yeah, he's back to health. He's back healthy, and then we get Mark Ingram back this week. And
nice try, John.
Damn it!
Today we find Ryan Ramczyk, our right tackle, finally practiced today. He hadn't practiced maybe in like 6 weeks. He had a knee issue, so he's fine. He's off the COVID. He's on COVID list also, so he's off the COVID list, and he comes back. Hopefully, he comes back this week. And
y'all's practice squad offensive line will be just fine against our D line.
Yes, yeah.
So hopefully we get our center back this week. He comes back off the COVID list, and that'll give us a boost. And on defense, the first game we couldn't get to Matt Ryan. I know it's a next man up, but we were missing a few D linemen. So hopefully, with Davenport being at his game, Onyemata being at his game, we could get some pressure on Matt, because he didn't carve us up, but we couldn't get any pressure. We didn't get any pressure on him all. He was very comfortable in the pocket. So that's how you beat Matt Ryan. You have to get him off his spot.
You have to. Yep.
So if you make him kind of shift, do his little shoulder jerk and shift his feet around, you can get him. So, and the big thing is if Pitts plays, that's a big factor, because he didn't eat us up last game, but he was a major factor with his size with Martin, because we had Lattimore guarding him that game, and he's just too small. You know, even on the first play of the game, he ran right by Lattimore. He just dropped the ball.
He did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the speed, and we have to stop Cordell Patterson. Man, he's a guy he's y'all Alvin Kamara. He's everywhere. He lines up at receiver. He lines up at running back. Even when he's at receiver, when you put a slot corner on, the slot corner is too small. So we have to do something with him. But the pressure, I think, on defense, that'll help us out, creating pressure on Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. And on Pitts, he did not practice today, but that's not a surprise, because
it's early. It's Wednesday, so
yeah. Arthur Smith said he wasn't going to rule anybody out yet. So
if I see that DMP by his name on Friday, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, look, man, if Pitts doesn't play, I don't think we win the game, to be honest with you, because we've got, I mean, other than Cordell,
there's nobody else.
There's nobody else. I mean, there's Russell Gage, and then there's, guys that, probably shouldn't be in the league, or if they are, they're on, they're 4th, 5th guys. They're practice squad guys.
Last game in the league on Sunday. It's to be a lot of players' last game in the league on Sunday.
But that's what makes this rivalry so good. Even though if Pitts doesn't play, Matt Ryan finds a way against the Saints. Every time, either he'll throw the ball as a kid this game. It'll be Thorpe. It'll be somebody. He builds himself up for this game. So that's why we have to rattle him so much. We have to get to him. If we can't get to him, I think y'all may be successful again.
Well, you can always try to run it, or you don't even need an extra rusher, but you can just do as much as you can to get to 77, because
I knew that was coming. I'm so good. I knew that was coming. I was watching him set it up, and I said, "Watch he attack," and I knew it was coming.
I mean,
no, if he by him being open, because he's gonna be matched up against Cam Jordan.
Yeah. So, no. McGary's probably gonna be on Cam Jordan.
Yeah, he's gonna be matched up with Cam Jordan. So
yeah, Mayfield is
you
on
talking about Mayfield?
Guard. Yeah,
Mayfield is the one, bro. He the worst one on the line. Like he's like if I was blocking. No, I'm not lying.
We said last week on the show, Chris, Kaleb Mayfield, or Caleb, I'm calling him both. Jalen Mayfield.
11.
Yeah, 11 sacks by himself this year, most of any guard in the NFL.
11 by itself.
That's bad for a guard. That's horrible for a guard.
And Kaleb,
that ain't professional numbers. He shouldn't be in a league with 11 sacks allowed, bro. You should get fired.
With the guard, he's right there by the quarterback. So
that's what I'm saying. And you talking about with a stiff quarterback who's not mobile, bro. He's coming right back onto him.
Now, Matt Ryan, he's not Justin Field mobile, but man, Matt Ryan can move when he has to, man. Like
when he has
to run, he's fine. And he has his pockets presence is real good too. So he's
gotta be, yeah.
Him running is the funniest shit. I love to see Matt Ryan. Man, when he slid, Chris, did you see him slide early when he didn't make the touchdown?
Yeah.
Oh, when he got the
knee hit the ground, and he got the
Matt Ryan crazy.
Yeah, that only happens to us.
But pretty bad.
Yeah, but because I mean, I don't want to get back into it, but yeah, I mean, it should have been a late hit.
Yes,
it should have been a late hit. Yeah. If he's down, if he's giving himself up, then that was a late hit on Poyer.
It was a late hit. The guy dove right over the top of it.
Yeah, but whatever. But yeah, man. Conversely, for us, like I said, I think Pitts is going to be the key because he's going to command, like you said, either Lattimore or two guys possibly, even depending on how healthy he is. Mm-hmm. But our running game has been hit or miss. I mean, y'all's run defense is still good. But like you said, I mean, these games you never know. It always we said last game be close. It was 2 points.
Yep.
So I mean,
I say coaching. I say, man, Arthur Smith against Sean Payton, because the teams are going to go to war. It don't matter who playing and who hurt and who not on the field. Them two teams are going to go to war. So it's about coaching at that point.
Yeah, and special teams will play a role. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
big time.
With y'all's ex-boy Morstead.
Yes.
He a beast for us, Chris.
He can punt, man. It's just the year we let him go. We just he was getting a little he had a hamstring injury with us. So his kicks didn't have any power on it.
Okay.
So once he rehabbed, he got a little strength back in his legs. So by that time we already let him go.
He good for us, man.
Morstead can punt, man. He's a good directional punter. So he can punt. He could change the face of a game.
For sure. Yeah. So what are you thinking for a score there, Mike?
The Saints, the last game of the season. Matt Ryan. I believe what Chris said. I believe Matt gonna pull a rabbit out the hat. I got it being, and I don't got Taysom Hill throwing, so I got 28-14 Falcons.
All right.
I got a 2-touchdown win.
Chris, what say you, buddy?
I'm gonna go 16-14 Saints with Matt kicking the field goal. We're down by 13-14. We're kicking the field goal to win it. 16-14.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna go. I was close to mine. I was gonna go 2017.
Okay.
2017 Falcons. So
all these are really good. I can't wait till Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun because I mean, even though we're not playing for the playoffs, I mean, we're playing to keep
to keep us out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that nothing would be more rewarding than that.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm just glad for once in the last 4 or 5 years that our last game of the season means something.
It means something. Yeah.
It's right.
Chilling, like watching, no matter what happens. So
let's see, 3 years ago we had a last game, but we won, and that sent us to the playoffs. And we beat the Falcons on the field goal.
Yeah.
And that helps go. That was like 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I think I was at that game. I almost remember that.
Because we had the Drew Brees leap over. That helped us out too when he when he got the touchdown from the quarterback sneak. So
that's right. Well, I can't wait to see it, man.
Now hold on for a minute. I just gotta say this to Chris. Hey dog, I love Alvin Kamara and with Ingram, how they man get along, bro. I don't see that anywhere else in the league where they really look like they brothers that hang out after the thing over. Like they really look like that's small brother to big brother.
And they come to the game together, man. They do. They ride with each other to the game. Yeah.
Bro, they look like that. When he came back, Slim was so happy. It looked like, oh my God, like I got my brother back. It was like he looked like he's like a fan of like Alvin, but he's also a big brother. Yeah. I just love that whenever you hear them two talk about each other, it's like giddy, like they hype. That's what I'm talking about.
All his confidence when we signed Mark Ingram back, his confidence just changed. Like, because when Ingram left, it was like he had to be the man on the field and in the locker room, and he's really not that type of guy. He's not a rival guy. Mark Ingram is, though. Mark Ingram get everybody going. So when he left, Alvin Kamara trying to take on that role, somebody like him, that's stressful to him. He's like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of stressful to him. So when Mark came back, that helped him out in the locker room. He got his partner back, so now he can just focus on football.
Yeah. I swear I love them too, man. I love them two boys.
Yeah, I do too, unfortunately. It hurts my soul.
Those are two Alabama guys.
See, John. See?
Yeah, those are two. Kamara, he
started hold on. Alvin was in Alabama?
Yeah, he ended up going to, he transferred to Tennessee.
He transferred. He was started off at Alabama. It was Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, TJ Yeldon, and I'm missing one, Yates. All there at the same time.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry was on the same team at the same time.
Same time. But
what quarterback?
Yeldon was a beast at Alabama, so he was there too.
Najee
Davis. What quarterback?
Yeah, Najee Davenport was there.
Okay.
And the quarterback was Blake Sims. Blake Sims was quarterback one season.
AJ McCarron.
I love AJ. He didn't get it. I love that dude. He went to the Bengals. I love that dude.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah.
And so all those running backs were Alabama at the same time. Right after
they all came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you wait your turn, man, then Robinson, he sat those guys, those guys, but I mean the last running backs that they've had, he waited his turn, man, and he's killed it this year. So he'll,
he's another strong running back for Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Well, off the game now, on to our Mike's underrated, overrated.
You got to do it.
So
underrated, overrated. So here's how we should do this. John, you pick one, I pick one, and Chris, you pick one. It could be on anything you want. You go either you pick something that's underrated and you talk about it, or you pick something that you believe is overrated. It could be on any topic ever about anything.
Okay.
But you got the floor to rant if you pick the topic. John, you sound like you got one already ready. I got one.
I got one. I can
hear it in your voice.
And it came to me earlier as I got online to look at some stuff, and not an ad, but like a news story popped up, and it said, "What is flu Rona?"
I heard that.
It's another one. Oh,
and so my overrated is the news.
I agree. I love it. I love it.
I don't watch any news because I watch now. If I happen to come across it, like I have I just flipping channels or whatever. You come over, and I stay for 5 minutes. I'm reminding myself instantly why I don't watch this shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Nothing but like death and destruction and murders and freaking fire, and people are, the coronavirus is coming for us all, and this.
Yep.
But the flu Rona, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, seriously? We're talking about combining these things now, and like I was like, whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. Whatever, man. So yeah, overrated news. Ridiculous.
Overrated news. Okay, I'm gonna go, Chris. I'm gonna hold you last. I'm gonna go underrated. I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but who cares? It's my podcast. So we say this is underrated. I'm telling you. So last night, I was in here with my girlfriend, and we was doing shit, and it ended up is like I have a great bed, but the side of my bed was, I don't know what it was. It was kind of on the side of the bed, and the side of the bed is like, was squeaky for some reason. And I'm gonna tell you, underrated, loud sex. It just make it better. Like the squeak. I'm telling you, somebody heard me. I'm sorry I didn't call the cops or the leasing office. But it was like, I'm like, damn, I feel like I feel like I was more in the game. You feel me? I felt like I was more powerful than I was. I felt like a porn star last night.
You feel like LeBron in the.
I felt like LeBron in the fourth, man. I really felt like that. I felt like I couldn't be. It was like I felt powerful, all big and strong. It's the sound was doing something to me, man. I felt like I was hitting home runs left and right. So find the pocket of your bed that's the springs ain't right, and telling you it'll do wonders for your self-esteem. My self-esteem is on 10 this morning or this evening.
It's
Underrated. Find the pocket on your bed that's squeaky and go to town.
All right, well,
underrated. So John is saying the news, which I fully agree. I hate the news. I don't watch it either. I'm saying loud sex. Chris, you do underrated or overrated? You could pick anything you want.
Underrated, man. I recently started doing more of my underrated is sleep.
That's a fucking
underrated.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
Man, I've missed out on a lot of sleep over the years because of
the children
going on. And even before the kids, I've always been like a night owl. Man, I stay up all night, like 3 or 4, not doing I may be just reading or just doing something simple and have to go to work. So recently I started sleeping more, and I could tell the difference. It really was, and I'm getting older. So
man, for the listeners, Chris, give me 2 differences that you feel that you've improved your sleep, that you've noticed.
I can feel I wake up, get up with more energy in the morning.
Listen to him. All right, Chris.
And with the more energy, and it's like I'm more focused.
Listen to him.
So I'm not like.
One time, I got to tell y'all a story about Chris. One time, Chris came to work and he had a square box in his hand. It was a box. It was kind of large, and I didn't know. I thought he was carrying this box. What is in this box? I'm thinking it's something substantial. It's a box. Chris turned around with the box. It was a box of Red Bull. It broke my heart. I knew he had an infant. Definitely had an infant. It was a whole box. Like he had bought a bulk size Red Bull thing. I was saying, shit. I swear to God, I still remember that because I'm thinking the man ain't getting no sleep at all. Yeah. He bought a bulk size Red Bull box. It blew my mind.
That's but the growth that right there. So the sleep, man, is underrated, man. You got to get the sleep, man.
And we're not like 3 or 4 o'clock, but Amanda and I, same way. We'll stay up till, now what screws us up is when Liam is out of school, then we sleep later and we go to bed later.
I got
you. So, and obviously we both work from home. So we get our day started a little bit later and then we working later. So it all kind of just keeps pushing, you know what I mean? Keeps making for a work, so yeah, I agree, man. I still can't, we can't even force ourselves to go to bed before 11.
Oh no.
Okay. But I mean, if we get in bed by midnight, we're doing pretty good. We're doing really good, actually. Yeah.
To sleep early, you have to have something, and it only creates you to be drowsy the day after. So it's no point in doing it. Yeah. But I agree with y'all. If y'all don't know, go get some sleep and watch the way your heartbeat change, your bowel movements change.
You feel it.
Oh, yeah.
You will feel different the way you won't need all that 5-hour energy, Red Bull. You won't need any of that. Get some sleep.
All right, guys. Well, that pretty much wraps up the show, man. We're gonna if anybody wants to get in touch with us, of course, you can reach out to us at our email accounts, atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at Out of Your Effing Minds. You can find us on Instagram at Out of Your Falcon Mind. And I just found out, Mike, we talked about streaming this live,
Yeah.
The reason we're not streaming live right now is because we do not have 50 subscribers yet on YouTube. We have to have at least 50 subscribers
we need, all right. Well,
we haven't been pushing YouTube at all because we haven't. So if you guys are out there and you have a YouTube channel, I don't care if you don't watch us, just go and subscribe to us. And that way we can eventually get to stream it live for those that do want to watch us.
So man, what's the YouTube, John?
Yeah, just search for Out of Your Falcon Mind. Yeah. Hold on. Because it's some long ass name that I can't even remember. Yeah. So, but if you guys can subscribe to us on YouTube, that would be great. And like I said, we'll start streaming this thing live, maybe even on Twitter at some point. We got to figure that out. And then for as far as Spotify, we said it on the last podcast. If you listen to us on Spotify, you can rate us now. So we appreciate if you go on there. I did it earlier today for a few of the podcasts I listened to. You just click on it, click 5 stars, submit. That's it. It took me 2.5 seconds.
Y'all go get us some subscribers so we can live stream.
Yeah. And then on, of course, iTunes, leave us a 5-star review and write a few words, and we will definitely shout you out on the show.
Hey, y'all. So hold on, I got to take this real quick.
Yep.
Hey, if y'all have played all of our episodes, anybody that come to our podcast on a regular basis, we got quite a few of y'all. Go do one of those things. The last game of the season, you could really help us out. Just go do one of those things. Ain't nobody saying you got to do all of them. Go do one of them for me personally right now. It'll take you 2 seconds, and you will save a kid from the hood. Save little Mikey for one a day,
And if you're feeling generous, go ahead and do all 3 or 4.
That's or go do all 3. And I'm gonna tell you this: y'all want Chris back on the show. You gotta we getting Chris back on the show, even though the season is over. We will get Chris back on the show to talk shit about just life and then college and then all of the sports of the off season. We gotta Chris Howard coming back on the show. So y'all gotta go to his Twitter and shit and bug him too to get back on our show.
Yeah, because Chris told me before the show that this is the last one he's doing for free. So we got to get, you guys to.
That's what I'm saying. Cut the check. So
we gotta get going here. Yeah,
I appreciate you guys.
And hold on, I do have to ask this. Hey, Chris, you got something here? Is that the zipper or is this jewelry?
It's a medallion.
Okay, if that had been a zip, I was gonna say that was so dope. Okay, yeah, I thought that was
yeah.
But nah, man, we will definitely have Chris back on the show a few more times.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We have a blast, man. And this is the last preview show of the season, man. This is it. This is the last one.
We did it, Johnny Yates.
We did it, man. We will have we'll have the review show or the recap show, whatever you want to call it, probably Monday or Tuesday, since it's a late game on Sunday. And then after that, we'll have some new other stuff coming up. We'll be talking about draft. We got a few guests coming in. So
we want to hear, man, your spot of the squeaky bed, whatever you want to tell us. Open to hear.
Yeah, we'll have Chris back talking some draft at some point, and for both teams. Because
can y'all believe this? I don't know anybody who's on the two who can see it. All 3 of us used to work at the same job.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious to me. We used to in close quarters at that. It wasn't the same.
Oh yeah. I could roll my chair back and give you a
And we saw Chris fucking around all the time. He would come when we was there and just talk shit for hours, and we didn't get no work done. That's probably why all 3 of us no longer work there. But
by choice though. By choice.
Yeah, by choice though. Yeah. But exactly. It is always great to have Chris on the show. We will.
I appreciate you guys, man. It's always fun. Always fun.
And Chris, the next time you got to show us a dog.
Yep. Okay. Dogs on the show next time. Yep.
Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna have mine, and you have yours, John. And
he's 115 pounds. I'll do my best.
Do your best.
Sit next to me.
Yeah, he's mine. Well, Porcupine is only 41, so I can hold him.
John gonna have a time.
Yeah.
He's gonna come up here and look at me and run the hell off. So
John gonna have to just put your webcam down.
Yeah, just put your webcam.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, hey, man, it's been a great show, man. We, like I said, Chris, thanks again, man, for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
So, everybody have a good rest of the week. We'll see y'all on Monday.
Let's love y'all, boys.
Hopefully, we are in the playoff talk conversation for next week.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year. We'll see.
No, we need it next week.
Chris is out of his Falcon mind, obviously, but we love him anyway. I love y'all for rocking with us all season. I love you. Thank you so much.
Peace. That's right. We are.